So the next one is love yourself, flaws and all. We all may have things that we wish were different or want to change or just aren't happy with. Love and respect yourself anyway. I wish I wasn't so self-conscious.
Yeah. Yep.
Want to change.
I mean,
my energy level as far as it comes to exercise, but it's hard when you're in a lot of physical pain. And I'm not really happy with my weight, but again, with movement, when I can, maybe in the springtime when it doesn't hurt so bad, I can start walking.
Yeah.
And there's a million other things, but those are just some. What about you, Brett?
Yeah, I don't know what I'd want to change really, because so much has changed already.
So you're proud of your achievements that you've made so far?
I would say that I'm proud of lots of things that have happened, but I'm not, but I wouldn't say I'm proud of my achievements, For me to be proud of my achievements, I would have had to achieve something like being able to go outside without being agoraphobic and become a member of society again.
Yeah.
Maybe I've got my things set too high. Not my goals, but maybe the sort of things that I've measured myself against are probably too high. But the trouble is, I've been there before I got messed up, and so if you know what I mean, it's kind of like it wasn't a big deal. I was out and about, socialising, working, had my own place, and all that kind of thing. But, I don't think I'll ever have that again.
And the thing it says about anything that you're trying to change drastically, like, I know you didn't like the word exposure therapy for Shane, but just doing one small thing that gets you out of the door. It doesn't have to be a huge thing, just little at a time.
Yeah, I think my reaction, or my reply when I came back to you at that time when you spoke about exposure therapy, I was all for it. I just knew that I'd tried it a lot for me and just beat myself up with it, right? It didn't work for me. But as an idea,
you tried too much all at once.
Maybe, yeah. But as far as like when I heard about Shane doing it, I thought, bloody good for you, man. I thought it's excellent that he was doing it. But I just meant, when I said, it wouldn't work for me, I didn't mean it's that it's not a great idea. It's a fantastic idea. It's a brilliant thing to do. But I just knew personally, I'd already tried it, right? And
that, I think, again, comes to balance, like knowing that you don't set it way up here and be like, oh, I'm going to go out to the casino, or I'm going to go out to Walmart or whatever you have over there. You start out small by like going outside your door and having a cigarette, or, just little things.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like I said before, like me and Diana go out for a coffee. But that's really hard for me. I'm fighting all the way before I get out the door. I'm like, I have to get angry to get myself together to go out. So I'm like ripping my jeans on. Do you know what I mean? I don't just like put them on. Do you know what I mean? I'm kicking my legs through them and angry and like, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Just getting well aggravated, and that gives me the anger, gives me a strength, if you know what I mean. But
it's like adrenaline.
Yeah.
Energy.
I'm like, right, let's do this thing. You know what I mean? It's kind of that attitude. Right, okay.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Okay. All right, we've got to go out then. All right, then let's go out then. Let's go out. Damn it. Right? I'm kind of like that, but a lot more volatile than that. I'm just taming it down for the sake of this meeting. Right? I get really wound up. I do the same when I need the strength to carry something heavy up the stairs or something, like shopping. Yeah, when I've had a shopping dinner, the stairs, and just getting up the stairs is a big deal for me. Never mind about luggage shopping up, right? So, you know, and so again, anger kicks right in, and that gives me the determination to say, I'm going to grab these bags. I don't care how many bottles are of milk in it. And they're going upstairs, whether they like it or not. They're going to find themselves smashed all over the kitchen. All right. I'm like that. I get really rattled.
This is something interesting about Paul, my therapist. And again, I wish that people could have him, but he had an agoraphobic client who was, you know, really having issues. And he worked with her so personally that at the end of it, he actually took her outside and took her for like a 30-minute walk with him. And now she's able to go outside.
Wow. Man.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, that's after several therapy sessions. And then he just said, come on, we're going for a walk. I'm going to walk with you. And you're going to see that it's not so scary.
Oh, man. Okay. I think if a therapist said that, you'd have to say it in the right way, or she'd have to say it in the right way. It just went, come on, I'm going to take you out for a walk. I'd probably sit there and start crying like a girl.
Yeah, she was resistant still, but once she got out there, she started getting a real sense of relief because he's such a calming person and has that calming energy, you know?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I thought that was an amazing story.
Yeah.
So aim to accept and find worth in who you are right now. Seek out and feel pride in what makes you feel unique, happy, and valued. So the first part, I'm pretty good at finding the good qualities in me right now, which is the point of just staying on that. But as we discussed before, you know, there's the things that you want to change about yourself, but I am pretty confident in the things that I like about me now. I would choose me as a friend, put it that way. And then seek out and feel pride in what makes you unique, happy, and valued. I think I'm very unique. I can't explain exactly what about it me is unique, but I would say that I'm just eccentric, eclectic, one of a kind, I guess. I don't know. I'm definitely happy most of the time. And I do feel valued from Steve and Hunter and my sister-in-law, and of course, all of you.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm in a fairly good place as far as what I'm doing now feels rewarding to me.
Mm-hmm.
And up until then, up until I started being involved more in the PTSD groups, my guitar hobby was in full swing, and that helped me a lot as well, you know. So like getting the satisfaction that I've got out of playing the guitars and also working on them to make them play better and all that, look better and all that. So yeah, so in recent years I've definitely been actively doing that and finding satisfaction in it and finding some self-worth in it. But I still don't feel complete, and I still feel like and I know there's like big holes in me. You know what I mean? I can't begin to think how to feel.
You're just content with where you are for the most part, but not in some areas.
Yeah, I mean, it's more so focused at the moment, like on the PTSD.
Staying in the present.
Yeah, and being involved with all the people in the groups and all that, and what we're doing now. That's been enormous for me and totally drawn me in. I can't get enough of it. It's kind of, I feel compelled to keep doing it.
So the next one, recognize the importance of high self-esteem. Once you start to see how your view of yourself impacts your life satisfaction and overall well-being, you may become more motivated to change your thinking and learn how to value yourself more. So that's just actually recognizing that high self-esteem leads to positive mental health and low self-esteem leads to negative mental health. And if we start to see the reality of how that works out, then we might become open and more motivated to change our thinking, which is rewiring our brain and learning how to value yourself more and getting rid of the negative self-talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think basically, I definitely already recognized it for sure.
What is it you recognise? Can you define it? I know you read all that out and I listened, but somehow I couldn't connect. I couldn't really get it. And I just went absolutely, I run out of things to say.
The title of it is Recognize the Importance of High Self-Esteem. And I said, I definitely already know that's connected to positive mental health.
Okay, it's something not new, but it's not something that I've actively knew, if you know what I mean. It's just as you said it, it's like an obvious thing, right? Yeah, but it's also something that's not on my mind or I've ever really thought about until now.
It's not obvious to some people who, like, we are working on going from low self-esteem to high self-esteem. So this is about learning about it and enhancing it.
Yeah.
And then it says, if we realize that, then we may become more motivated to change our thinking and learn how to value ourselves more. So then we would actually apply it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the next one is seeking support. Therapy, such as CBT or cognitive behavioral thinking, can help you work on issues that may be counterproductive in maintaining a positive self-outlook and help you to build skills to change the negative self-talk and help you achieve a more optimistic view of yourself. I will comment that personally for me, CBT did not work. And also personally for Paul, my therapist, he doesn't find it effective because we're both like, after the first couple times, we get it. However, I do know that it's a very successful treatment for self-harm and some people with PTSD. So it definitely is helpful to some, but not to me. Brett, I think, did you say that you've tried it before in another session?
Yeah, I had CBT before, and I've also had high intensity CBT. And I didn't really feel like they helped me much at all, especially the high intensity one. Because all they just turn up the stress in the room and ask me a question, and when I was answering it, it didn't even let me finish answering it and just moved on. So, you know, but what got me was the last time I spoke to any kind of therapist from the hospital on the phone a couple of years ago, well before lockdown. She's trying to get me to go in and have CBT treatment, and I'm saying, you know, like, I don't know, it didn't really work for me last time. And she said, well, that is the recommended treatment for PTSD, you know. And so, like, I was like, well, I'm not, you know, I need to think about it, you know. So, but
I found it very repetitive. Like, it just kept saying, stay in the moment. And I also had to do DBT, which is dialectical behavioral thinking.
What is that? What is it? How does it work?
I'd have to research it and post it in group, but it's like something where you have like 3 interlooping circles and you're supposed to like keep a journal of your moods. And I don't know, it's crazy.
Okay.
I'll post it because it might work for some people, but again, for me, it did not. What works for me, and this is definitely something that you need to check with your doctors to see if you're a good candidate for it or not yet, is EMDR therapy, which I've mentioned before, and I can post more of that in group, and ART therapy, not as in art therapy, which is where you draw your emotions, but it's a different type of therapy that kind of goes in connection with EMDR. And then there's also mind body work. So those are the 3 that work for me. And I have CPTSD and, you know, sexual assaults and things like that. So I definitely need that to clear out that stuff and get it lowered. It's never going to go away, but it can be lowered.
Okay. Yeah, I spoke to somebody who told me that they had experience of EMDR, and I said it was brilliant, and highly recommended it to me when I was talking to them about PTSD. So when I next talk to anyone from the hospital, I'm going to be saying, what about EMDR?
Yep.
Yeah.
You just basically have to check with your doctor. Like, Shane is not an eligible candidate for it right now because he's just got way too much deep stuff. So he may be a candidate for it later, but not at this time. And that's something because it's very extensive. It's very emotional because you're digging up the memories, but you're replacing them with good, but it takes time. And he has so many things going on that it's just not a cool idea for him right now.
Okay.
But it's something that could be revisited later depending on how his therapy goes.
Okay. Yeah.
So, what's the next one? Okay, this one I love. Start a gratitude journal. In your journal, write down all of the positive things in your